Few television series have woven themselves into the fabric of pop culture as deeply as Days of Our Lives. Across generations, the fictional town of Salem became a second home for millions of viewers, where love, betrayal, and redemption played out in gripping daily episodes. But beyond the screen, the lives of the actors who gave these characters heart and soul were filled with triumphs, challenges, and, for some, battles that ended too soon. Today, let's journey through the stories of beloved cast members, whose portrayals left an unforgettable mark and whose real lives remind us of both the magic and fragility of those who bring fiction to life. MacDonald Carey as Dr. Tom Horton. MacDonald Carey stepped into the role of Dr. Tom Horton in 1965 at the age of 52, becoming the moral bedrock of Days of Our Lives from its very first episode. As the patriarch of the Horton family, Tom was portrayed as a dedicated physician who not only healed physical ailments but also offered emotional support to the residents of Salem. His character was a symbol of integrity, wisdom, and compassion, traits that made him beloved by fans across generations. Carey's deep, reassuring voice became iconic, opening each episode with the unforgettable line, "Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives." Beyond the screen, Carey's personal life had its share of difficulties. Despite professional success, he struggled privately with alcoholism for many years, a battle he eventually overcame. A heavy smoker throughout his life, Carey was diagnosed with lung cancer, which he fought bravely while continuing to work until shortly before his death. He passed away on March 21, 1994, at age 81 in Beverly Hills, California, after complications from the disease. His death marked a profound loss for both his colleagues and devoted viewers, as Days of Our Lives lost one of its original and most cherished stars. Frances Reid as Alice Horton. Frances Reid began portraying Alice Horton in 1965 at the age of 51, and from her very first appearance, she became the heart and soul of Days of Our Lives. As the matriarch of the Horton family, Alice was depicted as a woman of deep kindness, strength, and unshakable moral values. Whether offering sage advice, supporting her children through Salem's many trials, or baking her legendary donuts, a symbol of comfort and unity, Alice Horton represented the best of familial love and resilience. Reid's performance helped define the tone and spirit of the show, and she remained a central figure for over 4 decades. Off-screen, Frances Reid was known for her quiet dignity, sharp wit, and unwavering dedication to her craft. Though she never had children, she developed lasting family-like bonds with many of her colleagues. Often described by co-stars as a source of wisdom and encouragement on set. Outside of acting, Reid was passionate about animal welfare and supported various charities throughout her life. In her later years, as age gradually slowed her, she retired from the screen, living quietly in Los Angeles. Frances passed away on February 3, 2010, at the age of 95, from natural causes. Her portrayal of Alice Horton left an enduring mark on Days of Our Lives, and she is remembered as one of the most beloved figures in daytime television history. John Clark as Mickey Horton. John Clark joined Days of Our Lives in 1965 as Mickey Horton, and over the next 39 years, he shaped the character into one of Salem's most respected figures. As a lawyer and trusted confidant, Mickey was often the voice of reason during turbulent times, navigating complex legal battles and personal dilemmas with integrity and compassion. Clark's portrayal gave Mickey a quiet strength and vulnerability that endeared him to viewers, particularly as his character endured heartbreak, betrayal, and hard-won triumphs. His on-screen relationships, especially his enduring love for Maggie Horton, became central to the show's emotional core. Outside the studio, Clark was known as a humble and kind man, respected by colleagues for his professionalism and generosity. He was married to Patty Clark for over 50 years, and together they raised 3 children, including actress Melinda Clark, who followed in his footsteps into the world of television. Balancing a demanding career with family life was not always easy, but Clark remained devoted to both. In his later years, he faced the difficult decline brought on by Alzheimer's disease, a cruel illness that slowly took away his memories and independence. John Clark passed away on October 16, 2019, at the age of 88 in Laguna Beach, California. His passing was deeply mourned by fans and peers alike, as they remembered a man who brought grace, sincerity, and steadfast dedication to both his work and his life. Joseph Mascolo as Stefano Di Mera. Joseph Mascolo made his first appearance as Stefano Di Mera in 1982, stepping into a role that would redefine the concept of a soap opera villain. Stefano, the cunning and ruthless patriarch of the Di Mera family, became infamous for his endless schemes, manipulations, and seemingly supernatural ability to cheat death, earning him the nickname the Phoenix. Mascolo's rich baritone voice, piercing gaze, and commanding presence made every scene unforgettable, and his character's power struggles with the Bradys and Hortons became legendary in Days of Our Lives lore. Fans eagerly anticipated his dramatic returns, each more shocking than the last, as Stefano left chaos in his wake. Off-screen, Joseph Mascolo was a warm, thoughtful man with a passion for music. He was an accomplished classical clarinetist and often spoke of his love for opera. He was married twice and found lasting happiness with his second wife, Patricia Schultz, whom he married in 2005. In his later years, Mascolo bravely faced Alzheimer's disease, a diagnosis he made public in 2016 as his health declined. The illness gradually diminished his memory and physical strength, but friends and co-stars recalled that his sense of humor and kindness never wavered. Joseph Mascolo passed away on December 8, 2016, at the age of 87 in Los Angeles, due to complications from the disease. John Aniston as Victor Kiriakis. John Aniston first appeared as Victor Kiriakis in Days of Our Lives in 1985, when he was 52 years old. With his commanding presence, rich voice, and subtle expressions, Aniston transformed Victor into one of daytime television's most enduring figures. Victor Kiriakis was a brilliant tycoon, a man whose sharp mind and ruthless tactics made him a formidable force in both the corporate world and Salem's tangled web of personal relationships. Yet beneath his cold exterior, Victor's occasional flashes of vulnerability and complex family loyalties made him a layered and compelling character. Over the decades, Victor became central to countless major storylines, from business rivalries to family feuds, earning John Aniston admiration from fans and peers alike. Off-screen, Aniston's life was filled with dedication to his family and craft. Born on the Greek island of Crete, he emigrated to the United States at age 10, growing up in Pennsylvania. He married twice, first to Nancy Dow, with whom he had his daughter Jennifer Aniston, who would go on to achieve worldwide fame. Despite their at times complicated relationship, John expressed immense pride in Jennifer's success. He later found lasting companionship with his second wife, Sherry Rooney. In his later years, Aniston's health declined gradually due to natural causes, but he continued to work on Days of Our Lives well into his 80s, embodying Victor's grit until near the end. On November 11, 2022, at the age of 89, John Aniston passed away peacefully in Los Angeles, surrounded by loved ones. His remarkable career and his unforgettable portrayal of Victor Kiriakis left an indelible mark on television history. Peggy McKay as Caroline Brady. Peggy McKay began portraying Caroline Brady in Days of Our Lives in 1983, when she was 56 years old, and quickly became the heart of the Brady family. As Caroline, she embodied the qualities of a steadfast matriarch, courageous, fiercely protective, and unwavering in her devotion to her children and grandchildren. Viewers admired how Peggy infused Caroline with emotional depth, showing both tenderness and unyielding strength as the character navigated countless challenges from family betrayals to personal tragedies. Her portrayal helped solidify the Bradys as one of Salem's most beloved families, with Caroline at the center holding them together through storm after storm. Beyond the screen, Peggy McKay was deeply respected in the acting community for her discipline, integrity, and generosity. A lifelong student of her craft, she studied at Barnard College and honed her skills at the Actors Studio. Though she chose not to marry or have children, Peggy built strong, familial connections with co-stars, many of whom described her as a mentor and confidant. She also had a passion for animal rights, supporting various welfare organizations throughout her life. In her later years, Peggy's health gradually declined as a result of natural aging. She passed away peacefully in her sleep on October 7, 2018, at the age of 90 in Los Angeles. Her passing was deeply felt by fans and colleagues alike, and her legacy as Caroline Brady endures as a symbol of quiet resilience and unconditional love in the world of daytime television. Drake Hogestyn as John Black. Drake Hogestyn first stepped into the role of John Black in 1986 at the age of 33, and over the next several decades, his character became one of the most compelling figures in Days of Our Lives. John Black's journey was one filled with intrigue, heartbreak, and redemption. Initially introduced as the presumed Roman Brady, the character's true identity became a long-running mystery, with twists involving brainwashing, espionage, and lost memories. Hogestyn's performance brought intensity and vulnerability to John's complex struggles, whether navigating dangerous missions, forbidden love, or internal battles over loyalty and morality. His on-screen chemistry with co-stars, particularly Deidre Hall's Marlena Evans, created one of soap opera's most iconic romances. Off-screen, Drake was known as a humble, dedicated actor who valued his fans and colleagues. Born in Fort Wayne, Indiana, he was a talented athlete before turning to acting, even being signed by the New York Yankees organization before an injury redirected his path. Drake married his childhood sweetheart Victoria Post in 1986, the same year he joined Days, and together they raised 4 children. In his later years, Hogestyn faced a challenging fight against pancreatic cancer, a diagnosis he and his family kept largely private until his health significantly declined. Despite aggressive treatments, the disease progressed, and he passed away on September 28, 2024, in Los Angeles, just one day before what would have been his 71st birthday. His passing left a profound sense of loss among fans and co-stars, as they remembered not only a beloved on-screen hero, but a man whose kindness and dedication touched many lives. Jed Allen as Don Craig. Jed Allen joined Days of Our Lives in 1971 as Don Craig, a confident and charismatic attorney who quickly became one of Salem's most dynamic characters. With his sharp intellect, polished demeanor, and moral conviction, Don Craig was deeply involved in some of the show's most memorable legal battles and complex romantic storylines. His on-screen romance with Marlena Evans, portrayed by Deidre Hall, became a highlight of the 1970s era, captivating fans and adding depth to the show's emotional landscape. Jed's portrayal brought both strength and sensitivity to Don, making him a character viewers rooted for through triumphs and heartbreaks. Off-screen, Jed Allen was known as a devoted husband and father. He married Toby Brown in 1958, and together they raised 3 sons. The couple shared more than 4 decades of marriage until Toby's death in 2001, a loss that deeply affected Jed. Despite his success on Days of Our Lives, his character was written out abruptly in 1985, leaving fans without closure to Don's story. Jed went on to have a prolific career in television, with notable roles on Santa Barbara and Beverly Hills, 90210. In his later years, Jed enjoyed time with his children and grandchildren, finding solace in family after decades in the spotlight. On March 9, 2019, he passed away peacefully in Palm Desert, California, at the age of 84 from natural causes. His contributions to daytime television and the legacy of Don Craig remain cherished by fans who fondly remember his charm, talent, and grace. Frank Parker as Sean Brady. Frank Parker began portraying Sean Brady in 1983 at the age of 44, and over 2 decades he became the heart and soul of the Brady family on Days of Our Lives. As the wise and steadfast patriarch, Sean was known for his deep love of family, his Irish charm, and his unwavering moral compass. Frank's warm portrayal gave the character a depth that resonated with viewers. Whether he was offering sage advice, mending rifts, or standing by his children through life's trials. Off-screen, Frank was known for his professionalism and kindness. Born in Darby, Pennsylvania, he had an extensive television career before joining Days, with roles in Hawaii Five-0, Lost in Space, and The Young and the Restless. He was married and a father of daughters, balancing his dedication to his craft with a strong commitment to his family. In his later years, Frank courageously faced complications from Parkinson's disease, which gradually limited his abilities. He passed away on September 16, 2018, at his home in Vacaville, California, at the age of 79. His legacy as Sean Brady remains beloved, a symbol of loyalty, wisdom, and the enduring strength of family. Edward Mallory as Bill Horton. Edward Mallory joined Days of Our Lives in 1966 as Dr. Bill Horton, bringing depth and complexity to a character who became central to the show's moral and emotional core. As Bill, Mallory portrayed a man torn between his responsibilities as a skilled surgeon and the personal demons that sometimes clouded his judgment. His character's struggles with guilt, ambition, and redemption played out over dramatic storylines that captivated audiences for years, particularly during his tumultuous relationships with Laura Horton and his brother Mickey. Beyond the screen, Edward Mallory was respected not only as an actor but also as a director, having helmed episodes of various daytime dramas later in his career. Born in Cumberland, Maryland, he balanced his life in entertainment with a deep passion for the arts and education. He was married to actress Joyce Bulifant, and they shared a son. In his later years, Edward battled chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, a condition linked to his history as a smoker. This illness ultimately led to respiratory failure, and he passed away on April 4, 2007, at the age of 76 in Salisbury, Maryland. His portrayal of Bill Horton remains an enduring part of Days of Our Lives history, remembered for its humanity and honesty. Robert Clary as Robert LeClaire. Robert Clary joined Days of Our Lives in 1972 as Robert LeClaire, infusing the role with warmth, charm, and humor. As the French restaurateur and entertainer, Robert became a light-hearted presence in Salem, often providing comic relief during the soap's most dramatic moments. His character's optimism and wit made him a fan favorite, and Clary's authentic European flair added a unique dimension to the show's tapestry of personalities. Clary's off-screen life was nothing short of extraordinary. Born in Paris in 1926, he survived unimaginable horrors during World War II, enduring internment in several Nazi concentration camps, including Buchenwald. After the war, he rebuilt his life through music and acting, eventually achieving fame in the U.S. on shows like Hogan's Heroes before joining Days of Our Lives. Clary was married to Natalie Cantor Metzger, daughter of famed entertainer Eddie Cantor, until her death in 1997. In his later years, Clary became a passionate advocate for Holocaust education, sharing his story with younger generations. He passed away peacefully in his Los Angeles home on November 16, 2022, at the age of 96, leaving behind a legacy defined by resilience, talent, and unwavering courage. Quinn Redeker as Alex Marshall. Quinn Redeker stepped into the role of Alex Marshall on Days of Our Lives in 1979 at the age of 44, and for nearly a decade brought to life one of Salem's most intriguing and morally ambiguous characters. As Alex, Quinn portrayed a man whose outward charm and sophistication often concealed ulterior motives and hidden schemes. His character became entangled in many of the show's most dramatic plots, involving deception, betrayal, and power struggles that kept audiences guessing about his true loyalties. Redeker's ability to balance villainy with vulnerability made Alex Marshall unforgettable in the annals of daytime television. Off-screen, Quinn Redeker was widely respected in the entertainment industry not only for his acting, but also as a screenwriter. He co-wrote the original story that became the Oscar-winning film The Deer Hunter. Born in Woodstock, Illinois, Redeker had a long career in film and television, with additional notable roles on The Young and the Restless and Barnaby Jones. In his personal life, Quinn was known for his wit, kindness, and dedication to his craft. In his later years, his health declined naturally with age, and he passed away peacefully on December 20th, 2022, at the age of 86 in Los Angeles. His legacy lives on through both his memorable performances and his contributions behind the scenes in Hollywood. Mary Fran as Amanda Howard. Mary Fran joined Days of Our Lives in 1974 as Amanda Howard, bringing to the role a blend of elegance, intelligence, and emotional depth. Amanda was portrayed as a resilient, independent woman who balanced career ambitions with the challenges of love and family in Salem. Fran's natural grace and nuanced performance made Amanda a memorable figure during her time on the show, as she navigated complicated romances and personal dilemmas with strength and dignity. Her character often served as a voice of reason amid the chaos of soap opera drama, earning admiration from both viewers and co-stars. Outside of Days of Our Lives, Mary Fran went on to greater fame as Joanna Loudon on Newhart, where her charm and comedic timing endeared her to a new generation of fans. Born in St. Louis, Missouri, she was active in charity work, particularly supporting homelessness prevention programs. Known for her warmth, generosity, and professionalism, Fran was beloved in the entertainment community. Tragically, on September 23, 1998, at the age of just 55, she died suddenly in her sleep at her Beverly Hills home due to a heart attack. Her unexpected passing left a lasting sense of loss among those who knew and admired her. Peter Brown as Dr. Greg Peters. Peter Brown joined Days of Our Lives in 1971 as Dr. Greg Peters, bringing charisma and depth to the role of a doctor whose personal and professional lives often became intertwined with Salem's most dramatic events. Dr. Peters was depicted as both compassionate and flawed, caught in romantic entanglements and medical dilemmas that added layers to the show's evolving storylines. Brown's confident screen presence and ability to convey both charm and inner conflict made Greg Peters a character who stood out during his tenure on the series. Beyond his time in Salem, Peter Brown enjoyed a long and varied acting career. He was especially known for his earlier work in popular westerns, such as Lawman and Laredo, where his good looks and easy manner made him a favorite with audiences. Born in New York City, Brown was married several times and had children. In his later years, he bravely battled Parkinson's disease, facing the illness with strength and dignity. The disease ultimately contributed to his decline, and he passed away on March 21, 2016, in Phoenix, Arizona, at the age of 80. Brown is remembered fondly for his versatility as an actor and for the warmth he brought to every role. Arlene Sorkin as Calliope Jones. Arlene Sorkin first appeared as Calliope Jones on Days of Our Lives in 1984, creating one of the most unforgettable and endearing characters in the show's history. With her distinctive fashion sense, quick wit, and boundless energy, Calliope brought much-needed levity to Salem's often intense and dramatic storylines. Arlene's talent for comedy, combined with moments of genuine emotion, allowed Calliope to stand out as more than just comic relief. She was a character with heart, resilience, and surprising wisdom beneath her eccentric surface. Her chemistry with co-stars, especially during her on-screen romance with Eugene Bradford, added to her popularity. Off-screen, Arlene Sorkin was just as warm and engaging as the character she played. A native of Washington, D.C., she was married to television producer and writer Christopher Lloyd, and together they raised 2 sons. Beyond Days, Arlene left a lasting mark on popular culture by providing the original voice and inspiration for Harley Quinn in Batman, the animated series. In her later years, Arlene faced health challenges with grace and strength. After a prolonged illness, she passed away on August 24, 2023, at the age of 67. Her legacy lives on through the laughter she brought to fans and the trail she blazed for complex, comedic female characters in television. Richard Biggs as Dr. Marcus Hunter. Richard Biggs joined Days of Our Lives in 1987 as Dr. Marcus Hunter, a role that allowed him to portray one of Salem's most respected and compassionate physicians. Marcus was known for his integrity, his commitment to his patients, and his complex relationships, which often placed him at the center of emotional and ethical dilemmas. Biggs brought sensitivity and strength to the character, earning the admiration of fans and colleagues alike. His portrayal helped break barriers, as Marcus was one of the few prominent black doctors featured in daytime television at the time, adding important diversity to the cast. Off-screen, Biggs was equally respected for his professionalism, kindness, and dedication to charitable causes, particularly those supporting youth education and the arts. Born in Columbus, Ohio, he was a graduate of the University of Southern California's School of Theater and built a successful career that extended beyond Days, including roles on Babylon 5 and Guiding Light. Tragically, Richard Biggs died suddenly on May 22, 2004, at the age of 44, after suffering an aortic dissection. His untimely passing shocked the entertainment community, leaving a void in the hearts of those who knew and worked with him. His legacy continues through the many lives he touched both on and off screen. John Lupton as Dr. Tommy Horton. John Lupton began portraying Dr. Tommy Horton in Days of Our Lives in 1967, bringing depth and quiet dignity to the role of the eldest Horton son. As Tommy, Lupton played a character who embodied compassion, resilience, and steady guidance. Tommy's return from being presumed dead during World War II added rich layers of emotional complexity to the Horton family's dynamic, and Lupton skillfully navigated the character's struggles with identity and reintegration into family life. Throughout his time on the show, Tommy was a steadfast presence, often acting as a moral compass and source of strength during Salem's most trying times. Off-screen, John Lupton was known for his kindness, professionalism, and deep dedication to his craft. Born in Highland Park, Illinois, he built a successful career in both film and television before joining Days of Our Lives, with notable roles in Broken Arrow and The Lone Ranger. He married model and actress Anne Sweeney, and together they had 1 daughter. In his later years, Lupton faced a private battle with cancer, which he fought with courage. He passed away on November 3, 1993, at the age of 65 in Los Angeles. His legacy as Tommy Horton lives on, remembered for the warmth, integrity, and grace he brought to the screen. Which of these memorable cast members left the deepest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this look back, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tributes to television's legends.